highlighted tonight, even though the Buccos came up short. Tonight we'll get another look at a kid who has wowed us with 2 spectacular starts. Do we hear 3? The Bucks and Pods are next.
He struck him out! Clear the deck! Cannonball coming!
On the banks of the Allegheny, we've got baseball for you here tonight. It's the Pirates and the Padres here in Game 3 of this 4-game series. And the Pirates trying to recover from a loss yesterday, can take a series lead against these Padres. Maybe a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow will help the Pirates here this evening. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Bob Walk with you here tonight as the Pirates will give the ball to young Nick Kingham, who will make his 3rd major league start tonight. He's won his first 2 and looked awfully good in both.
Well, yeah, he was very impressive in that first one, almost coming out and throwing the perfect game. But, you know, I'll tell you what, Joe, even though the perfect game was something to talk about, I love the start that he had in Milwaukee. He got into some problems. There were some guys in scoring position, and there were some at-bats that called for him to really make a tough pitch, and he was up to that. He was able to hit spots. I thought did a fantastic job in all those scenarios. Really looking forward to see what he has tonight.
And Kingham will get the ball for the Buccos, and we saw another debut last night. Austin Meadows making his first game in the major leagues, and you know, it could have been as memorable as Kingham's if the wind wasn't blowing stiffly in, but still a couple of hits and a steal.
Oh, the way that wind was blowing in, nobody was having much fun, especially if they put that ball in the air. But Kingham still able to bang out a couple of hits. It was exciting to see, and he also put a little of that speed on display. See right there, he was able to steal a base. So he's getting an opportunity right now with Marte being hurt to come up maybe a little sooner than we thought, and a chance to open some eyes and contribute to some wins.
Meadows back in the lineup tonight against the left-hander for the Padres, Clayton Richard. We'll see what the rest of the young Bucks can do. It's the Pirates and the Padres coming up next right here on AT&T Sportsnet. to the first 20,000 here in the ballpark tonight. Pirates and Padres. I like those. Those are the old-fashioned style ones. Something old and something new. Nick Kingham making his third major league start tonight. He won the first two. Trying to be one of the very few Pirates to do that in his first 3 major league starts with the Pirates. Austin Meadows. He had a nice cameo, and they'll be back in the lineup again tonight. Kingham recalled today. Max Moroff sent down, optioned back to AAA Indy to make room for Kingham. And Andy Green's 9 for tonight. The Padres lineup. Travis Jankowski's been a spark plug atop their order with Eric Hosmer, one of the better hitters in the National League lately. Franchi Cordero and Jose Pirela back in the lineup. Christian Villanueva, home run hitter. Freddie Galvis bats 6. Framil Reyes, Rafi Lopez, and then Clayton Richard, not a bad hitting pitcher as well. Bottom of third for the Padres.
Kingham's numbers in his first 2 starts can't get much better than that walk strikeout ratio. Just 1 base on balls, 16 Ks, 12 innings of work. What a start to his career.
Out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 26-year-old. And his helpers tonight, the Honda defense. Corey Dickerson out in left, Austin Meadows in center with Jose Osuna in right. David Freese at third, Jordy Mercer at short, Sean Rodriguez at second, Josh Bell at first, Francisco Cervelli back in the lineup, and he will do the catching tonight. Had a jammed finger after diving back into the bag the other day, so was out yesterday. And Meadows in sunny center field. Sunny Meadows.
Checking the lighting a couple of times. Got his glasses already down. And 1 out already.
Nick Kingham off to a good start. Jankowski's been a tough man to retire since his recall 3 weeks ago. Been remarkable to see the poise of Nick Kingham. Not just in his results, but just his demeanor out there. Doesn't look like he's new to this. He's just new to this level.
It's to me, and this is just a couple of games, but him and his buddy Tyone they could be brothers as far as the way they go about things out on the mound. Very kind of stoic and in charge.
There's Tyone.
Nothing seems to get under their skin at all.
And you were pointing out a moment ago about how Kingham did not have the ease, of course, as he did in his first start, in his second start against the Brewers, and that impressed you more.
Yeah, still kept the poise and was able to make more good pitches in some different scenarios. In that perfect game, there was times where, I mean, he got in the rocking chair and he was coming at guys just, right down the middle, and they were making outs. But in Milwaukee, it was a different type of ball game, and there was a couple of scenarios where he had to make a pitch and he was able to do so. A 3-1 hook for a strike.
And just missing with the fastball to Hosmer. So a 1-out free pass. Umpires tonight, Ron Kolpa works the plate. Tom Woodring at first. Will Little is the umpire at second base. The crew chief over there at third, Ted Barrett. Franchi Cordero. Great minor league numbers, still cutting his teeth at the big league level. Power, speed. Not yet that has honed in that plate discipline just yet.
The Padres have some talent. They're young, and on the raw side, but it's there.
Well, there'll be 6 men that bat left-handed against Kingham tonight. in the San Diego order. Inside the bag, and the deflection to Osuna. But a double for Cordero, and now Padres in scoring position with 1 out.
That ball hit very hard.
And Bell moving on with the runner as Hosmer took his lead. Nothing he could do.
Yeah, the only thing I was hoping when that ball deflected off this railing down there that maybe you could keep Cordero to a single, but for a big man, he can motor.
A lot of good team speed here for the Padres. Jose Pirela, without a home run, despite being their cleanup man, got his first day off of the season yesterday. Curve missing. For a good bit of power last year. Split time between El Paso and San Diego. And that is just up the line. And also kicking off that sidewall, that scores a pair for the Padres, who have an early lead.
They're working the chalk.
Perfectly placed again.
A fastball right kind of in the middle part of the plate, but just above the knees. And these have been you know, on the chalk, which is not a good spot to ever have the ball hit like that, but they've been hit hard also. A couple of line drives.
And so Ray Searage will come out for an early mound chat. Check in with Kingham. He got 1 pitch on 1 out. Walked Hosmer. He and Cordero score on Pirela's double. That day off paid off.
Well, now there'll be a little you know, test of the emotion. Can you like keep it in check when you're having a little bit of a rough first inning?
And for Kingham, I'm sure he knows this is a continuing audition for him. Joe Musgrove making his what appears to be his final rehab start. There he is, back with the Buccos, poised to come back. And so that next turnaround in the rotation probably will belong to Musgrove, but Kingham wants to remain a candidate.
Well, if he wins his 3rd straight and 3rd starts, it would be awfully tough to pull him out of the rotation.
Again down the line. That one softly hit, and again off the sidewall. Wow. Another double for the Padres. 3 straight doubles right up the line. 1 to right, and now 2 more to left.
Yeah, this one not as hard hit as the other 2, but still perfectly placed. Well, Kingham's dug himself a little bit of a hole now. Down by 3.
And still only 1 out here in the first. Villanueva's 23rd RBI on his 6th double. Freddie Galvis, switch hitting shortstop. Former Philly, who has played in every game. Kingham got the first out on his first pitch. Since then, a walk and 3 doubles.
They need some kind of a break now. Everything's kind of going on, his way. A lot of times, yeah, he gave up a couple hard hit balls, but some of them hard hit balls. In fact, a lot of them are pulled, 10 feet foul instead of just on, fair. So not a lot of luck going his way right now. He needs to catch a break, get the heck out of this inning, and only be down by 3.
No one will make it to the seats.
Not much wind tonight to mess up those pop flies. Everything popped up in the air. The lazy fly balls didn't make any difference. There was an issue last night. That wind was blowing hard and blowing in.
That one in. 2-2 on Galvis. And now full after being ahead in the count. Franmil Reyes, just caught up this week, is on deck. Got a piece of Cervelli.
He's been taking a few hits in those arms, hasn't he? Hitting, catching, doesn't matter.
And in the left bicep, he was struck in the right forearm with a pitch a few days ago, had to miss a game. 8th pitch of this at bat, and he strikes out Galvis.
No, that might have been a
Back-to-back
little bit
changes.
of a break. He definitely he chased a cement mixer, and that wasn't a strike. That was up out of the strike zone. It just did not break down. Galvis, I think, thought that was going to come down into the strike zone. It stayed out there.
Yeah, I thought it was another changeup. I thought that was quite bold to go back-to-back there. Nope. As you called it, a cement mixer. Slider that doesn't go anywhere.
Actually, I got that from you, and I like it. It's exactly.
I think it was Roger Clemens, I think I heard
He
say
called
that
it?
first time. It's probably an old saying.
Just spins and doesn't move.
Another one of these talented young hitters, Franmil Reyes.
A big man.
Called up on Tuesday. 6'5", 275. Out to right. Osuna has it. And Kingham and the Pirates out of that first inning, but the Padres get 3. tonight. Sean Rodriguez will get the start atop the order with Jose Osuna. And then Francisco Cervelli, 1, 2, and 3 with Bell, Dickerson, and Freese in the middle. Austin Meadows, 2 singles and a steal in his debut last night. Mercer and Kingham round out Pirates order. Clint Hurdle's Buccos, 26 and 18.
Clayton Richards' numbers this year. We saw a lot of sliders in last night's ball game, from the beginning all the way through till the end, and you'll probably see quite a few from Richard. Not the 50-50 split that Ross has, but Richard does like to throw sliders.
Last night's winner, Tyson Ross. Pirates had a good number of opportunities, kept regenerating chances in the later innings. It fell 3-2. And we'll have to overcome a first inning 3-run deficit. They've done that in the last couple of weeks. In fact, they were down 4 to the White Sox after an inning in Chicago. Nova yesterday. His error allowed another run to come across. That unearned run, the difference.
And it ended up being a 1-run game.
But the bullpen put up zeros again. Here is Jose Osuna. Just 10 games, but 318. And the former quarterback got that snap.
I believe that was a slider that came right back at him.
Hut.
He did get leather on it.
I don't think the long snapper ever got it back to him that quickly, huh?
Yeah, it came back out of there a lot faster than it went in.
The former University of Michigan quarterback. He was Indiana's Mr. Football back in 2002. Beat out Jeff Samardzija that year. Both went to baseball eventually. Cervelli back in the 3 spot tonight with Starling Marte on the shelf. Richard in his last 2 starts, 8 innings in each start, and just 1 walk, 18 total strikeouts against the Nationals and Cardinals. And he retires the Pirates in order in the first. 3-0 through 1. Josh Harrison in the background there. And tonight's Allegheny Health Network injury update and Jay Hayes' rehab assignment is over. He went 1 for 4 with an RBI yesterday for AA Altoona. And Clint Hurdle saying that Pirates intend to activate Josh Harrison tomorrow. And that is good news. He, including tonight, missing 30 games over 34 days. Originally thought that, you know, maybe that would be a 6-week injury. It turns out it's going to be a touch under 5. And they'll get the leadoff man back just as they lose their number 3 hitter Marte on the DL a couple days ago.
And when we see Jay Hay back, he will have that hand protected from now on.
Same injury, getting hit with a pitch in the hand.
Same bone.
Yeah, same bone. It happened within what, 15 games of one another last September and then in mid-April. Broken 5th metacarpal right beneath the pinky in the main part of the hand. As Kingham registers strikeout number 2.
Oh, that ball slid right in there. That was not a mixer.
Tying up Lopez. Clayton Richard, no slouch at the plate. Has a home run this year, 3 in his career. Mercer retires him quickly, 2 gone, and Kingham starting to get some momentum his way again after that 3-run first. Sundays are kids' days at PNC Park. You can bring the family to the ballpark on Sunday tomorrow when the Pirates host the Padres at 1:35. All kids 14 and younger take home kids wristbands presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. And don't forget the family fun zone before the game on Federal Street. After the game, kids can run the bases. Go to pirates.com/kidsdays. Also youth baseball and softball day tomorrow, where a lot of our area teams will be honored and recognized, which is always fun.
Jankowski kind of paying the price of being a leadoff hitter. 2 outs and the pitcher just grounded out. Got to walk up there slow and then take the first 2 pitches. Hope you're not hitting 0-2. And he was hitting 0-2. But you can't go up there and be aggressive. You have to take as much time as you can and let your pitcher get a little bit of a rest before he has to go out and pitch. Of course, the best way to do that is after you take a couple of pitches is then get a base hit like he did, and then you can really take some time and get a drink of Powerade, whatever you need.
Yeah. Now he is a threat to run. He'll likely try to get in the scoring position with 2 outs. Not on the first pitch, though. That called a ball. Eric Hosmer drew a walk back in the first. 2 more doubles last night. He leads the league with 16 2-base hits. Padres had 3 in a row right down the lines in that first inning following Hosmer's walk that plated the 3 runs off Kingham. He knows he's going to try to go.
I love the super slow-mo replays when they're coming diving back into the bag.
I like seeing the granules of dirt.
Yeah, that's why
flying up. Yeah.
they're just hanging in suspension. Heck, it's like you're sitting in a lawn chair a couple of feet from first base watching the game.
Jankowski going on the pitch. Good to see the Padres wearing brown again. for that first slide.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I
Yeah,
thought, Brown, what?
Yeah. About time they were brown again.
Yeah.
Right? All those years. That's their color. One day they'll. I guess they got an alternate jersey that they wear. Not going here. That's the jersey I'm talking about.
That's the Padres.
Dark brown, maybe a little orange, maybe a little yellow in there. Even got that yellow front paneled cap. That's about the mid 80s that they would wear that. But yeah, the Padres for probably the first half of their existence featured brown as their primary color. No other team in baseball does that. Jankowski runs. And he is in. Cervelli's been doing a good job behind the plate coming into tonight. The best caught stealing percentage in baseball among regular catchers.
Now this one not a good throw by Francisco. It's off the line and in the dirt. See his reaction. Now Cervelli is not stoic.
No.
When something happens out there he doesn't like or he likes, he shows it.
There is no ambivalence with Mr. Cervelli. He has a reaction. One of the more colorful characters in the game. And Culpa will know what Cervelli is thinking. Strikes him out on 3-2.
Beautiful changeup right there.
Bottom half of inning number 2. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Well, Clayton Richard is in year 1 of a 2-year contract with the San Diego Padres, and the Pirates are pretty much a big reason why he was able to sign it. Back in the 2015 season, he was on a non-roster contract with the Pirates, and he had a chance in spring training to try to help the team, help the big league club during spring training. Go ahead, Joe.
Bell out to right. Oh, a nice grab by Reyes. Go ahead, Robbie.
All right, guys, Josh Bell with the long flat, obviously. So
Clayton Richard coming back from thoracic outlet surgery back in 2015. He just wasn't sure what his big league future held, so he took a non-roster deal with a chance to help the big league club. Now, general manager Neil Huntington told him that if he couldn't, he was not going to stop him from going elsewhere. So during that season, he was able to sign with the Chicago Cubs, ended up pitching in the playoffs later that year. Now, Clayton did tell me the Pirates created a terrific opportunity for him and his family, and he is forever grateful for the chance that the Pirates gave him 3 years ago. And here he is making something pretty good out of it, guys.
Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, there's not a lot of guys come back from thoracic outlet syndrome surgery. Some do. A lot of pitchers' careers are over at that point. Pirates took a chance on him and gave him an opportunity to go to the Cubs. Pirates didn't have a spot for him at that time. Their Cubs ended up signing him and made his way back to the big leagues. Wanted to sign with the Pirates initially because of their reputation for developing pitchers, especially those who have maybe become ineffective or coming back from an injury. Pirates' reputation's been very strong with that this decade. Now at age 34. And his second tour with the Padres. Dickerson in there tonight against the lefty. He's hit him very well. When Clint Hurdle had to make out the lineup, he's got to put a couple of lefties in there. And Dickerson, an easy choice. He's not had to platoon him at all this year. And Dickerson has rewarded that confidence.
Oh, how about the hit he got off hand? The double.
Yeah, last night the first ever lefty hit this season against the lefty hand. And Dickerson, the best left-handed batter in terms of batting average against lefties this season in baseball. Kind of a cool shot. Saw it for a moment there. Goodbye Tampa Bay, hello Pittsburgh. Yeah, their loss is our gain. And Dickerson last year an all-star after a very, very good first half. But he's doing some things differently with the Pirates this year than he did with the Rays last year. That gives you the confidence that there's staying power in what he's doing. First of all, the strikeouts way down. That is not just by luck or coincidence. He has made a concerted approach to not only choke up on the bat, but also just try to make contact.
Yeah, I thought the other day, 2-3 days ago, there were some quotes in the paper that I thought was great. It really, this kind of throwback stuff about being pesky. He wanted to go up there and be a hard out, which is what he just did there. Just choke up on the bat, try to get that ball put out there. Don't give in. Maybe pick a spot to try and drive a ball out of the ballpark, but otherwise, shorten the swing. Nice, sweet stroke right there. We're choking up on the bat. There's a slider. Can be a lot quicker. You can wait a lot longer when you're choking up a little bit with that bat, and theoretically you might lose a little of that bat head speed, but there's been a number of pretty good players over the years that still hit home runs even though they were choking up.
And the inning ends there. Through 2 innings tonight, the Pirates trail at 3-0.
Javier Baez swinging to end the inning is a little pumped up about it. Baez gives him the stare down. Garrett stares back. Feelings are hurt. So, yeah, the bench is clear. No punches thrown, no ejections. We would go to extra innings. Bottom of the 11th, game tied at 4, bases juiced for Billy Hamilton, who gets the walk-off walk. Reds win 5-4, their 8th victory in 11 games. Joe and Bob.
Thank you, Danny. Yeah, the Reds started 8-27. And you can play yourself out of contention early, or you can play yourself into it. Pirates have given themselves an opportunity here with a good start. Ooh. And that little squabble that took place, Cubs manager Joe Madden was talking about how Amir Garrett made some sound like the Lion King. And that's what upset Javi Baez.
You know, it's weird too, because Baez is always so cool and calm, and you know, never would be involved in showing up a teammate or anything like that. So very odd that that would happen to him. Not just a teammate, excuse me.
An
show
opponent.
up an opponent.
Yeah, I just find it funny that overall the disrespect factor. It's so subjective, I think.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. What is, you know, a violation of the unwritten rule?
It's not just baseball, is it?
That's
I
fair.
mean,
yeah, you're right. Yeah. And that's what caused all that.
You know, it's the same type of thing. Just, you know, go for a drive in a congested area. And some people, it's the same stuff. That you look at somebody wrong, and that's what happened right there. Somebody looked at somebody wrong, and it caused a problem.
Cordero down on strikes. Yeah, that's a nice sign right there. Almost perfect. Yeah, in his debut, retired the first 20 hitters. And,
well, by the sign
against the
store
Cardinals.
today, and that was they had that one in the window.
Oh,
that was a nice one. Somebody I see picked it up.
there's a sign store for the ball game. You just.
It's right over there in the strip district.
Oh wow. Good place to go. Maybe you can get your anti-Padres ones featured this week.
Yeah, if you really want to get them, mix in a little brown next time you do the Padres.
Yeah, there you go. Right, yeah.
They don't like that anymore. Use a color they don't like. That's like giving them a bad look. It'll cause problems.
Oh, that's another good purchase.
Yeah, that one there is a little more expensive than most because of the different color combinations. I go over there a lot. Check them out.
Another swing and miss.
See, now that had the mixer spin that we were talking about earlier, but it started to move a little bit right to left, and then bottom dropped right out of it.
And that slider for Kingham, he started throwing that after he was cut from big league camp this year, and then took it with him to AAA Indianapolis. Threw it for about a month. Now to Meadows. He didn't get any action until I think the 8th inning last night out there in center. A couple balls hit his way so far.
Good name for an outfielder, isn't it? Meadows. Just
playing out there in the grass.
Yeah.
Good observation.
Just nice, beautiful meadow out there. Flowers out by the bullpen.
Yeah, maybe they'll add those if.
Put them actually on the field.
Yeah. Probably had them back in the old days.
Yeah, they were called dandelions.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, well, they threw some hedges out
the
there.
bushes, yeah. That's where they like to hit those home runs. Look at that beautiful grass. Is that amazing?
Matt Brown and his crew do a fantastic job.
It's incredible every single day, regardless of the weather.
Think about in April.
Whether they're breaking the ice off of it, it doesn't matter. Whatever, the field is gorgeous.
How does this compare to, now I know not at Three Rivers, but some of the grass fields on the road?
There's no, oh, you mean in 30 years ago?
Yeah, when
no
you
comparison.
Yeah.
Maybe LA and San Diego. Those are the only two places you would see anything like this.
Because they have perfect weather?
I would guess. I don't know, but anywhere else, not close to this.
Bat splinters. Villanueva.
It'll be right off the end of the bat. That's a cupped bat where they kind of hollow out the end of it, so when the ball hits there, it'll just peel off. You can see the cup.
Oh, like you could set a ball on top of it.
Yeah, almost like a tee, like you put a golf ball on a tee. Same way the top of that bat's cupped. So when the ball hits right on the top of the bat, instead of getting that little cue shot out there, it actually peels a big chunk right out of the end of the wood. And that's what we saw.
And a couple of strikeouts for Kingham. He has fanned 5 Friars tonight. Here prior to the game. Now it's been here throughout most of this season. We're talking about how to make signs earlier. Of course, number 21 for Roberto Clemente. Austin Meadows in his second major league game. 2 for 4 last night. Richard will get the best of him in his first plate appearance. A good-looking kid, huh? I mean, you know, just nice, sweet swing and on the bases, moves a little bit out there in center field.
Came up through the minor leagues very quickly and looked great. Last year, a little bit of health problems and staying on the field kind of derailed him, but he got hot the last week, 10 days in the minor leagues before the call-up. Started swinging a very good bat and continued in his first night up here.
Yeah, had an 8-game hitting streak coming in.
So an opportunity. You know, who knows how long Marte will be on the disabled list. It seems to be not a real serious injury, but while he is there, Meadows has an opportunity to show what he can do.
That one smashed into left. And Mercer aboard with a 1-out single. See if the Pirates can get something going here with Nick Kingham coming up. And between innings, the battery of the pitcher and catcher, Kingham and Cervelli.
Cervelli, we see this a lot. He is very good at the communication with his starting pitchers. And there's times where, especially if a catcher is hitting that inning, they're nowhere to be found. But Cervelli takes his role as a kind of a mentor to some of these young pitchers. Takes it very seriously.
Kingham will try to move up Mercer here. I'd imagine that is of benefit. I mean, when you came up Phillies Braves years, how did you what Bob Boone was the catcher, right, in Philadelphia, who had already been quite established. I mean, did that help, say, having a guy that been around a little bit, maybe give you this guy likes to do this or that, maybe the first few times around?
Well, things were, I think, a little bit different in those days. It was more like there just wasn't that much talk between the older players and the younger players.
I see.
Young guys were always trying to keep quiet, don't say anything. So nothing was like explained to you. The talk was, we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and then if that happens, then we're going to do this. And there was no discussion about it.
You get the lead man. Will be charged to time at bat.
In fact, asking questions, to be honest with you, and you might be surprised that it was looked down upon.
Different time in life.
Yeah.
And this narrowly avoiding the bat.
Kingham able to beat it out. But I can remember even coaches talking about players saying, guy asked too many questions, which always astonished me that would be said about somebody. But different eras of baseball.
Yeah. Now information is at a premium and is shared very openly. And
now it would be said, well, I don't like this young guy. He never asks any questions. So it's totally opposite now.
Sean Rodriguez bounced out his first trip. 3 first-inning runs for the Padres. Just making sure Nick Kingham doesn't run. I guess Richard trying to show off. He picked off 8 guys last year, which led baseball. Daddy, son, Papa.
3 different eras.
Always fun to see the different generations get together. Rodriguez in the top spot of the order tonight, with Josh Harrison due back tomorrow. He has hit lefties well this season, coming in at over 400. There's Jay Hay finishing up his rehab assignment with AA Altoona. Called out on that borderline pitch. Pirates have been called out on strikes twice tonight. Cervelli and now Rodriguez. And they still trail 3-0.
Drive Rab 4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
It's about the journey, not the destination, unless that destination is $5.6 million. Download Beat This Streak. Get the app today and start your streak for a chance to win $5.6 million. Very nice night as we look at our UPMC scoreboard. 3-0 San Diego. Had some rain showers throughout the on and off throughout the afternoon. Gave us some rainbows earlier. A lot of reason for smiles now.
It did look like probably around 5 o'clock or so that maybe this game was going to have to wait to be started.
Hey, got your 86 Tops update card.
Let's go Bucks.
Yeah. Nice handmade sign right there. I love when people make handmade signs.
Can't get that at the sign store.
No. That's my favorite card of you, by the way.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice to know that.
Got it on my Twitter profile. Leland's is a cool one too because he's got that mesh Pirates cap on.
that was our spring training hat.
Yeah.
I thought mesh would be nice and cool.
Yeah. You could see through it.
I had a suspicion that it was less expensive than the regular hat. That's why we had them for spring training.
Yeah, kind of a plastic.
Yeah, it wasn't a
holes in some plastic. That was in vogue that year. Oh, look at Nick Kingham after that. Those 3 straight doubles right down the lines. Been pretty quiet night for the Padres bat since.
Yeah, a little bad luck with the location of a couple of balls that were hit hard instead of maybe a few feet foul or a few feet fair. And that's the difference in this ball game.
And you talked about how, Kingham impressed you in that Milwaukee game where had to kind of work out of some jams. I mean, how many times we see a young pitcher have a rough start, or even worse, have a rough start with bad luck, or I mean, he hit. There was a couple balls hit hard, but
it's every time somebody hits a ball hard down the foul line, it doesn't mean it's fair.
Right.
We hit a couple of those last night that were just foul that could have changed that game around. So it's just, you're going to have hard hit balls. It's unlucky that they hit within a foot of the chalk line in fair territory, because they're instantly extra base hits now. And they bounce around, get a couple bad hops, they might be a triple. So.
But I'm more impressed that
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it doesn't unravel.
Right. Now he's got ways. He's got, I'd say, another 3 innings to go with this.
Just past Freeze's try. And Franmil Reyes is aboard.
But if he can put up 2, maybe 3 more zeros before he gets pinch hit for, I think that this is a very positive start for him, regardless of what his stats say. But like I said, there's 2 or 3 innings left to have this played out.
Game of inches.
Now, from what we've seen early, that is a big reaction from him right there. Routine.
Now to Meadows. Don't have that bluster tonight. I'm talking with Meadows before the game about that wind. Remember, this is his first ever game last night. And he asked the guys, hey, does this happen all the time with the wind blowing stiffly in off the Allegheny, or from down the Allegheny?
Once a decade.
Yeah, right. I mean, for all he knows, that's how it's always like at PNC Park.
Very unusual.
He missed at least 1 home run, maybe even a pair of home runs last night because of it. Really connected on that final plate appearance. Clayton Richard grounded to short, or to second, I beg your pardon. That's the only time. Briefly played quarterback in Michigan and focused on playing baseball for then coach Rich Maloney at U of M. He is the final out here in the 4th on an 11-pitch inning for Nick Kingham. See if the Pirates can get some runs.
Of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Take a look at some of our 3-0 here. The Padres have the lead. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning. I'll take a look at some of those Point Park tweets. And how about that? Celebrating 28th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. And getting a little rainbow to boot in the background. Having some fun. All the kids out tonight. Here at the ball yard. Beautiful night for it.
It really was a beautiful afternoon. A couple of rain showers. It kind of hit or miss here and there. But all in all, just gorgeous out.
Lost the bat and lost the at-bat.
Got a couple of birthday wishes I'd like to get out there.
Well, we haven't been.
My grandson Jake had his birthday party today. He's 4 years old now. So I don't know if Jake's listening right now to the ball game, but happy birthday, Jake. And also my nephew Michael turned 36, and he most likely is watching the game. Happy birthday, Michael.
Happy birthday.
Day of birthdays for me, and it was
yeah.
Very nice, nice day. Jake got a
right to Cordero.
Jake got a little drum set from us.
Oh wow!
So, his parents appreciate.
Yeah, I was
that.
going to say they, being a parent of young children, I thank you as a grandparent for that.
4-year-old with drums, you like that, wouldn't you?
Great idea. That's basically you got them an alarm clock.
I got back at them. That's what. Yeah. Their drums are still in my attic.
Turnabout is fair play. Speaking of instruments, here's Bell. Underneath it. And Cordero navigating the line. 5-pitch inning. Clayton Richard moving right along tonight. Pirates still down 3-0.
Brought to you by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
Here from Pittsburgh, 3-0 Padres have the advantage through the first 4 innings. Glad you're with us here on this Saturday night. They're lucking out. Well, something good to eat at the ballpark. That's fun.
There's so much good food here.
I can concur. And the family out the other day for the day game. That was fun.
Just walked, it was 2 days ago, from the offices back this way, and I went through the main level up on the concourse before the gates had opened, but everybody was setting everything up and just reading all the menus and everything there. Is something absolutely for everyone.
Well, if you want to take a break and head down there, bring back something.
I might head down there right now.
Past the nachos.
And there is a ton of nachos. Oh, just trays of them getting ready. One of my favorites.
What, blue cotton candy?
No, get rid of the blue ones.
Oh, okay.
The chicken wings.
Oh.
Love cracker steak and loop.
I've learned that you like the wings. We'll go get some when we travel a little bit.
Brought some wings in tonight just in case we had a little bit of a delay.
You're a good man. Kingham's got the first out, and let's go downstairs to Robbie.
Well, guys, you notice Eric Hosmer is wearing number 30 with the San Diego Padres, not his customary number 35 that he wore with the Kansas City Royals. Now, he wears 30 for a good reason. It's to pay tribute to a late teammate from the Kansas City Royals, pitcher Yordano Ventura. Ventura and Hosmer were close friends who won the World Series together back in 2015. Ventura died in a car crash January of last year in his native Dominican Republic. Now, Hosmer got number 30 from Padres third base coach Glenn Hoffman, and Hosmer did give him a thank you gift. How about a brand new Rolex? What a gesture for Hoffman, who's now wearing number 26, Joe.
Yeah, Glenn Hoffman, the longtime third base coach of the Padres, and number 30, the untimely death of Ventura, who was one of the great young arms around baseball. And so Hosmer inking that 8-year deal with San Diego, leaving the Royals.
Well, he'll be able to pay for that watch then, huh?
Oh, yes. Might be able to buy the company. Wasn't on time there.
Ron Coppola can bellow it out, can't he? He lets you know if it was in the zone.
Definitely a tenor. And on his hands, that one goes foul. Give it to a dad.
Nice as that.
Padre fan.
Yeah, very nice Padre fan.
With his Pirate family. Pretty nice. Right to Freeze. Hosmer is gone. Gold Glove finalist from a year ago, David Freeze. Kingham has allowed 2 singles since that first inning. The lone base runners. Started with a Hosmer walk. Yeah, check it out. And Franchi Cordero, the first of 3 successive doubles, all that were hit right down the lines, and all kicked off that part of the wall that juts out before the corner. side wall right there, right by the gate. Kingham has rebounded nicely, keeping the Padres bats quiet. That's something they'll never forget. Cervelli lined out last inning.
That's
a couple good swings so far.
It's time, and we talked about this yesterday when we were on the radio. You know, 5th, 6th inning, it's time to score some runs. You're hoping you have a starter out there that you've seen now a couple of times and you can do something with. Plus, and they got a very good bullpen. The guys that are going to come in if they have the lead are tough to score off of. So need to get some work done here in the next couple innings.
Dickerson facing Richard, who has given up just 2 hits. One of those 2 Dickerson.
Yeah, he's got 32 strikes and just 9 balls, single digits in balls so far.
Very few pitches as well. He's gone 8 innings in each of his last 2 starts, and he's on pace to do that again tonight. And head to PNC Park on Friday. The Pirates will host the Cardinals at 7:05. It's a free shirt Friday. And the first 20,000 fans through the gates take home a military-inspired Pirates t-shirt thanks to Xfinity. Plus, it's a $1 dog night presented by Sugardale. Tickets available at pirates.com/free shirt Friday. Tonight, bobblehead night. The old vintage look. First pitch swinging. Freeze is retired. And so Richard, on 43 pitches, has registered 14 outs. And meanwhile, the Pirates have gotten Tyler Glasnow up. Kingham's spot.
Tyler hasn't been out there in a while.
No, yeah, he's, I'd say, a week or so at least.
Got an awfully deep bullpen, and sometimes it's hard to get some action.
Pirates have been winning. They've won 8 of 10 coming in too. And usually Glasnow and Brault, the long men, are used when it's a one-sided score. Or maybe in this case when the team is trailing, and Pirates haven't been trailing. And they've been winning a lot of close games. This is a tweet from Austin Meadows last night. Last night was a dream come true. He was very, very appreciative of the fans giving him a nice hand. He said that that was the thing that he had always dreamt about, his name being introduced.
AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Visit our new Kia showroom in Wexford. More vehicles than ever at the very best prices. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
Clayton Richard has given up just 2 singles. 47 pitches through 5 scoreless. And meanwhile, his mound foe in Nick Kingham, this is going to be his last inning. He's hoping it's a clean one. And if it is,
then that's exactly what we were talking about 3 innings ago. Back in the top of the 4th, was it? Maybe top of the 3rd. Don't really recall exactly, but you know what you're looking for him after that first inning was keep the score the way it is, put up a bunch of zeros. If he could do that, then that's a big positive start. I don't care what the stats say.
Right now he's given up 5 hits, and if he puts up a scoreless frame, you think about 3 runs, 6 innings, 5 hits, something like that. That's not a bad outing at all. And Dickerson has the first out.
Didn't have to move at all for that one.
Just doesn't look as good because the Pirates haven't done much against the Padres starter tonight. Richard,
you can only handle your job. You don't fall into the trap of thinking about the offense and scoring runs. Just do what you're supposed to do and let someone else handle the run scoring. Now this is the National League, so occasionally you're going to be involved in some of that stuff if you're asked to bunt or do whatever. You got to do your best to carry the load.
Villanueva had the 3rd of 3 straight doubles in that first inning, all hit right down the line.
His wasn't hit all that well. There was I don't think it was on the sweet spot of the bat, but it didn't matter because it was well placed.
Freeze a nimble play at 3rd.
Well, I don't know how you can be so accurate with a throw when you're on the dead run, off balance, going away from your target the way he was.
He's very, very good over there.
I mean, he's running almost toward the dugout as he let that one fly.
Gold Glove finalist last year, one of the final 3. Kingham's got 2 outs, trying to complete 6 with his spot due up second next inning. Has struck out Galvis tonight. And look, whether Kingham makes the next start with the Pirates or Indianapolis or wherever, I think he's proving the fact that if the Pirates need him, they've got a reliable starter. And if they don't need him, that's a good thing to have that kind of depth. After that rough first, Kingham 5 scoreless to follow. A quality start tonight in his 3rd major league start. A look at this one tonight on our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. 3-0 San Diego. And if Nick Kingham is going to win his 3rd start in a row, Pirates going to need to take the lead here in this inning.
Going to need a 4 spot. He's going to get pinch hit for. So his night is done.
Mercer with one of the 2 Pirates hits against Richard. Speaking of Kingham, there's the Queen. I guess having a little fun with the royal wedding earlier today.
Yeah, they definitely have the wave down perfectly.
Very regal.
Very, very regal.
And
Set ball.
Mercer with his 2nd hit tonight. Mercer aboard, and let's go back to the studios. Dan Potash with a game break. Oh, that's neat, Dan. You know, you think about Mickey Mantle, and for those of a certain age that remember Mantle early in his career, he had great speed before the knees started to give out on him.
I remember Bill Verton, he used to talk about it, said he was one of the fastest players you'll ever see. And tremendous power hitter. He hit seats that were measured, not with a computer, but actually with a tape over 500 feet away. I mean, what a talent he must have been to watch.
Yeah, that would have been great to be able to see him play. So he was the previous Yankee to have multiple inside the park home runs in the season. Frazier pinch hitting for Kingham, and the Gold Glover Hosmer gets a double play that way.
Boy, it looked like an awfully high tag, didn't it, at second base?
Let's see if the Pirates take a look or not. No, I don't think they are.
No,
they're satisfied. Now there's the force out, so now you have to put a tag down.
Oh, he got him on the knee. I didn't see him get him on the knee. I saw the one up on the chest. And that's the one I thought was like, whoa, I don't know. It had to be close, but he tagged him on the knee, and no doubt about that one.
Hosmer, the 4-time Gold Glover, and look at Clayton Richard tonight. Another 8-pitch inning, 55 pitches through 6 scoreless. And Tyler Glasnow coming up. Built for baseball, and for Nick Kingham after that rough first inning, boy, he really did a number on the Padres.
Yeah, if just maybe even one of those balls the first inning could have been a little foul instead of a little fair, it'd be a much different story right now. Instead of down by 3, it could be, you know, perhaps a 1-0 game, something along those lines. But for anybody, much less somebody making their 3rd big league start, to keep it together perfectly and go out and throw up, you know, zeros the rest of the time you're there until you get pitch hit for, that's excellent work. That's a big league starting pitcher right there.
Yeah, 3 runs feels like a gulf right now with the way that Richard is pitching. Pirates turn to the pen, bring in Tyler Glasnow. Getting some rare action.
Should be strong, that's for sure. First heater right on by. Strike 1.
Glasnow last worked on Sunday. Franmil Reyes 1 out of 2 with that single back of the 4th. He was having a otherworldly season at AAA in El Paso. He was hitting .346. He had already collected 14 home runs. In just 36 games for the Chihuahuas. But that's right to freeze. You must have owned a few in your day.
It's hard to believe that a guy 6'5", 275 played for the Chihuahuas.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I like to point that out. There's a old murderer's row right
nice
there.
Selection right there.
Yeah.
Very good selection.
Rafi Lopez. That one at 98 from Glasnow. I'll make you
with cut. It's not straight 98 either.
I'll make you wipe your brow. Glasnow, I would imagine, is not fun to face as a hitter.
No, it's not something you're like, oh, good, I get to hit off Glasnow. Yeah, I don't think anybody says that. It's just wild enough at times to keep that at bat a little uncomfortable. Wow, look at him throw that cutter right in on the hands. Other guys that throw cutters actually throw sliders. That is a true cut fastball right there.
Is it the way he holds it, or is there something in the delivery that makes it a cut fastball? What makes it a cut fastball?
The fact that it is a fastball. If it's not a fastball, how can it be a cutter? You know, now he throws the ball very hard, almost the same as he did when he was throwing the fastball straight. He's lost almost no velocity. You know, that's debatable, maybe a mile an hour, I don't know. But the ball cuts in on those lefties, and that's what makes it a cut fastball.
Clayton Richard is having quite a night. Meadows cutting it off. There's going to be a play at second. And just a little tardy.
But for me, it's that late, sharp movement of the ball that, you know, people, you know, say a sinker is a fastball. It's just it's going the other direction down. There's that ball cuts.
But he started it away, and
yeah, he started it right off the plate, and it cut right to the big part of the bat.
So just not where he wanted to throw it.
Yes, if he gets that ball, if he starts that down to the middle part of the plate and cuts that into the inside corner, it hits the label and that bat explodes.
But instead, Richard with a 2-out double. Hope he's a little winded right here. You think Jankowski will take one?
Yeah.
With 2 outs?
Well, I think everything has priorities. What's the priority of, you know, letting
Richard,
yeah, letting him just stand out there and try to get his breath back, or maybe trying to knock in a run? Obviously, Jankowski's not thinking of either one. To try to knock him in, or let him, you know, stand out there and get his breath back.
they're trying to tack on.
No, he's not trying to tack on. He's trying to get a cheap base hit.
So you're saying 2 outs, man at second base, he should be swinging the bat. He's trying to drive in the run.
And the baseball I grew up in, every time.
Instead of deferring to Hosmer?
Yeah. Well, you're assuming that you're going to be successful and not bunt a ball right back to the pitcher.
Yeah, you bunt and you're out.
Yeah, if you bunt it and you're out, now you made an out and you never gave your team the chance of scoring a run. If you swing the bat, fly out, hit a ground ball, whatever, at least you gave your team a chance of scoring a run. You might have got a hit that would have knocked in that run. But if you bunt, even if you get a hit, you're not going to knock in a run. Now you need another hit. You need 2 hits in a row.
And so maybe a second chance for Glasnow.
And what if you would have bunted into an out? What if Glasnow feels that ball and throws you out instead of falls over? You didn't even give your team a chance at a run.
With 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah. Well, if there was nobody out, no, that's fine. Yeah,
you're trying to set up a big inning in that.
No, it's
regard.
a total different situation there.
So instead, Jankowski aboard at first.
But that, like I said, that's the baseball I grew up in. And now, you know, nowadays there's a lot of things that are done differently and thought of differently. Perhaps bunting for a base hit with 2 outs and a man at second is different nowadays. I don't know. We saw somebody the other day down by 6 runs, put a squeeze bunt on.
Wow, as Glasnow backed up to field that ball as it hopped up the mound, able to get the out and turn the Padres aside in the 7th. here in the 7th. All 3 of those runs coming very quickly a long time ago, back in the 1st inning. Nick Kingham making his 3rd major league start.
Right down the chalk line.
Franchi Cordero, Jose Pirela, and Christian Villanueva.
3 in a row within a foot of the line, and that's the difference in the ball game.
And you can't win if you don't score, and Clayton Richards done a good job of limiting the Bucs bats tonight.
Yeah, there won't be too many of his highlights because he hasn't thrown too many pitches. I mean, he's been about as efficient as we've seen all year from anybody.
55 pitches through 6 scoreless. Pirates have managed 3 singles, 2 off the bat of Mercer tonight. And Jankowski going to move out to right field. And Manuel Margot is now in center. So Reyes out for a defensive switch. That is as pretty as they come, downtown Pittsburgh.
An absolutely gorgeous night. The only thing that's not pretty is that score so far.
Well, so far.
Yeah, we're running out of time now, though. Got to get something going.
Got to get some of those ground balls through the infield. That's been Richards' MO so far tonight.
Earlier in the game, you're thinking, okay, you know. But now, that 9 outs left, it's got to make a move.
One pitch, 1 out. A rare ball in the air. See your Pirates take on the Cardinals next Saturday, May 26th at 4:05. The festivities kick off on Federal Street with the Jim Beam block party, live music, food trucks, and alumni autographs with the Fort Michael McHenry. And if you're one of the first 20,000 fans, you receive a Pirates camo hat presented by Dunkin' Donuts. Go to pirates.com, get your tickets. Come on out next Saturday. They're already here tonight. Cervelli lined out his last time. Probably the best hit ball tonight for the Pirates. Not much to speak of against Clayton Richard, coming off of back-to-back 8-inning starts, which these days is eye-popping.
Yeah.
If your name isn't Max or Corey or Chris, it is Clayton, though.
I mean, pitch count wise, he could probably throw 11, 12 innings tonight. Just
forget throwing a Maddox, he could throw a Haddix.
Yeah.
Harvey Haddix worked a perfect 12 before giving up the lead in the 13th to the Milwaukee Braves. So 2 up and 2 down against Richard. And Pirates need some base runners. Talk about trying to get on base. We look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders. Josh Bell having a fine month of May. Apropos wearing the number 5 on his shirt, the 5th month. You see Jankowski, the leadoff man for the Padres. Bell 3rd best in the league in on base percentage in May. Trying to get on base here and past Margot. Just in for defense, and Bell off to the races. The helmet pops off. He slides in with a triple.
Yeah, hopefully that'll lead to a run. Anything right now is going to help things out. They did a good job taking a pitch down and away and going into center field where they didn't try to pull it. Get away with some of these, away from some of these ground balls we've been hitting.
And up 3 runs in the 7th. Margot just brought into the game for defense, going for it. Good look at our Allegheny Health Network Super Mode.
Yeah, he laid out for it. Just came up a little short. Gets into third with no play. Get an outfielder that'll lay out for a ball like that and then miss it. Very seldom do you just stay at second. Now that ball is going out to the fence, and either one of his buddies is going to have to run it down, or he's got to get off the grass and do it himself. And you're looking at least 3.
Need a 2-out hit from Corey Dickerson. Pirates had only managed 3 singles off Richard prior to Bell's triple. Gotta cash in this one here. First time tonight the Pirates have had a man in scoring position. Talk about all their missed chances last night. I'd rather them have a bunch of chances than have such a quiet time at the plate. Even if you don't get them all in or don't get the key one in.
There's going to be games where you leave a lot of people on base, which is okay. But you're right. I'm with you. I'd rather have that than have games where you can't get a base runner. Because you keep getting people on base night after night after night. Most of them are going to eventually get around and score. A lot of them are.
Yeah, Pirates.
I agree with you.
Pirates 4th best batting average with men in scoring position overall in baseball out of the 30 teams. This is the 3rd inning now that Richard has thrown at least 10 pitches.
He's only thrown, here we are late in this ball game, just 14 balls the entire game. He has been in that strike zone.
Getting a lot of weak contact, a lot of ground balls. Pitching. And getting ahead, 78% first pitch strikes. That's a huge number. Hitters are having to hit from behind the count. Dickerson chokes way up, trying to drive Bell in from third. And Hosmer has the inning. Pirates still blanked by Clayton Richard. Hitting coach, plus you can find out where you can take a tour devoted entirely to Carnegie's favorite son, Hannes Wagner. Those stories and our top plays debut tonight, right after Pirates postgame. Right there on Main Street, the Hannes Wagner Museum in Carnegie. It'll be fun to watch that. Keone Duren. I won't tell you who he's related to. Talk about him. Josh Bell with that triple, but left stranded with 2 outs. Tyler Glasnow trying to keep it right where it's at. See if the Pirates can solve Richard.
I was worried about that bullpen. Remember?
Won't need him tonight. And that's interesting because both Yates and Stammen, the two setup guys, have pitched in back-to-back days. Stammen 23 pitches, Yates 36, which makes you think maybe Yates isn't available tonight, and Richard helping the cause tremendously in that regard. Doesn't have to give a tough choice to Andy Green. Sometimes things like that can give you added benefits in addition to the current game as well.
Cervelli, like he's not happy with the location of that last pitch.
That's where he wants it.
Happy with that one.
I love it. You know, Glasnow, as he develops, he could be really, really good.
Well, this fastball that he throws, the cut fastball that runs in like that, in the upper 90s, it's a devastating pitch.
And that hammer curveball. Starting to throw a slider. Trying to see if that'll work. But those first two pitches. I mean, remember in that opening series of the season, Miguel Cabrera of Detroit, sure bet, first ballot Hall of Famer. Glasnow comes in and he's just, you know, Cabrera's just shaking his head. Who is this guy? I've never seen anything like it, or rarely at least. And that's what, you know, you look down and you see Glasnow coming in, has a 6 ERA, and it just doesn't add up.
You see guys with that kind of velocity. And you see guys with that kind of velocity and movement, but usually it's the tail movement going the other way. To have the fastball and have the ball cut with that velocity that he can throw with, that you don't find that.
And some guys, especially taller pitchers, it seems it takes them a little longer to get everything going in the right direction. And I love what the Pirates have done this year with Glasnow, pitching him in almost always low leverage situations. He's pitching against major league hitters every time. There's nothing left to prove at AAA. But he can get better and better in that regard. Two up and two down here with the eighth. Look at our Nissan road ahead. The series finale is tomorrow afternoon. Trevor Williams gets the nod for the Buccos. Jordan Lyles worked on a perfect game into the eighth his last time for the Padres. Our coverage begins at 1 right here on AT&T Sportsnet. There's Mr. Williams. Villanueva doubled back in the first. He has hit another home run. He's got a lot of power. That's his 11th. And that snaps the bullpen streak of 17 plus scoreless. Last Sunday, the last time that they gave up a run.
There was I think a cut ball that was actually down and in. And that's a ball where you can be pretty quick to, because you're dropping the head of the bat right down to the baseball. About right in the middle half of the plate, and just a little above the knees.
Second home run allowed by Glasnow. And now that takes it to a 4-0 lead. Pirates have 6 outs left. The way that Richard has pitched tonight, they're going to need him to really falter fast. Padres have played a little bit better here in May. They're 8-8 after getting off to a 10-20 start. Freese will end the inning. Villanueva with the home run, though. And the Padres now lead 4-0. The rookie's 11th, and Carlos Asuaje is the new second baseman for the Padres. Another defensive change with Richards still out there. David Freese will start things. Now remember, not that long ago in Chicago, Pirates found themselves down 3 in the 9th.
Hey, lightning can strike. Would it take them 10 pitches to come back in that one?
Yeah, they won that game.
A couple of hits. You know, somebody gets a walk. Ball hit well into the seats. Real fast.
Richards, I should say Freese, somehow held his swing.
He was able to freeze it. Freeze. Oh, did he hold a swing?
All that matters is what Tom Woodring said. Play. Freese got that kind of golden.
I was going to say, it's a good looking bat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that.
Amber.
Reminds me of like some dark mustard.
I was thinking more of a
good kind.
More of a rich lager.
Well, they kind of go together.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Look out over there. Gotta be paying attention.
Maybe the Pirates will get that elusive first walk of the night. Or better yet, a ball hit to the gap. This will be extra bases for Freese. A leadoff double for the Pirates here in the 8th.
Here's your first step. A leadoff double, nobody out. A.J. Schugel. Look at that. That's whose bat that is.
Pitcher on the disabled list.
Probably saw that in the bat room and thought, that's a good looking stick right there.
I'm using that one. Richard has had innings that have lasted 8 pitches. Freese's 8th pitch of that at bat yields a double. The only other time the Pirates had the leadoff man on tonight, that was Mercer. Richard quickly got a double play ball. He's gotten 14 ground ball outs already. Meadows both times in that fashion. He'll have another. Down 4 need hits. Jordy Mercer has held up his end of the bargain so far. Two for 2 tonight. Pair of safeties against Richard.
Need here is another double. Get in a scoring position quickly.
This will be just the 80th pitch of the night. Look at that. 3.5 strikes to balls. That's a tremendous ratio. You're hoping for 2 to 1. There's a base hit for Mercer. 3 for 3 tonight. He knocks in Freese, and the Pirates are on the board.
Well, Mercer a couple days ago could buy a hit. Now he's the only one in the lineup who can get him. Freese put himself out there in scoring position, and Mercer knocks him in.
RBI number 14. Was solidly struck. Freese is in. Now Elias Diaz going to pinch hit for Glasnow. Diaz 0 for 7 as a pinch hitter, but overall at 346. The only right-handed bat available on Clint Hurdle's bench. Remember, Max Moroff optioned today, so the Pirates with a 4-man bench. Craig Stammen starting to get up. He's been very good for the Padres. Andy Green would be electing to use him on a 3rd straight day. There's another hit. And Margot
took his eye off it. Looked up. He was wanting to take a peek and see what Mercer was doing, and he almost let that one get by him.
Brought in for defense. Had that Bell triple go beside him. Nice job hanging in there by Diaz.
That was a pitcher's pitch. Diaz able to reach out and drive that ball out towards center field for the hit. And Margot, I'm sure he takes a quick peek and almost missed the ball. Yeah, you can see the head come up as he was trying to see what the base runner. Actually, probably looking at both guys, see what everybody was up to, but you got to catch the ball first.
Padres manager Andy Green coming out. He has seen some well-hit balls against Richard here in this 8th inning. The veteran, the senior-most man on this staff, perhaps either buying some time. Yep, that's what I figured. Didn't think there was a negotiation there. He's going to want to go to Stammen. So the Pirates do get to Richard. Now they'll see if they can get to the Padres pen. Pritchard pitched very, very well through those first 7. Pirates get to him here, and Diaz with the pinch hit. Well, let's see if the pen can hold it for him as the tying run will come to the plate against Craig Stammen.
You see Stammen's numbers, they're very good. These are the kind of games that we've won a couple this year. You know, coming back and winning when you really didn't think there was going to be much of a chance.
Well,
but they've already done it a couple of times. So very recently in Chicago.
Well, these battling Bucks, they have come from behind down 4 twice and down 5 once. Rodriguez will face a right-handed pitcher. He is hitting .094 against righties. Perhaps some of the move for Andy Green right now to get Stammen in. But as we know, Sean can, when he connects, this game could be knotted in an instant. Rodriguez no stranger to dramatic home runs against the Padres. Remember that Sunday that he rushed to get here from Georgia after being traded by the Braves back to the Pirates, and in the 12th inning get his first game back, homering to win it. That certainly would electrify the folks here tonight.
No ground balls right here.
Bobblehead will be featuring that great moment coming up on June 23rd. Stammen pitching for the 3rd straight day, thrown a total of 23 pitches over the last 2. To center. Margot can't get it. It's over his head. Mercer will score on the RBI double by Sean Rodriguez.
There it is. He got into it like you said. We know when he touches one, he's got some pop in that bat. And it fooled Margot. Margot took a little while before he broke back. Hey, that's a tough play. The line drive straight over the center fielder's head. A little bit of a hesitation. Not sure how hard the ball was hit.
102 miles an hour. How about that?
A little bit higher. They had that one up in the bushes.
Margot was brought in for defense a couple of innings ago. And now the Pirates have the tying runs in scoring position.
Yeah, you're a single away from tying this ball game now.
Serpico coming through. That was a big hit. 4th double. Diaz at 3rd now with the 1 out. Pirates have cut the deficit in half. Jose Osuna getting his chance. And he's behind 2 strikes. He's gotten in a hit the only time he's faced Stammen. Meadows the lone out of the inning. That was against Clayton Richard, who has been knocked out of the game. Mercer behind him scoring. That run charged to Richard. Lays off 1-2. Richard can't do anything now, then just watch.
Nerve-wracking. You don't want to like try to look like you're concerned. You just gotta sit there and watch. Man, he knows he's a single away from a no decision after just a beautiful ball game that he's pitched.
And the battle in Bucks trying to find yet another way to come from behind to win. Maybe they saved up that clutch hit.
Nope.
They had a lot of chances last night. Tonight they haven't until now, until in this inning. 4 hits. Cervelli on deck. He's worked the count even. Osuna lays off that. 3-2. A nervous Padre fan in a sea of black and gold.
Kind of when you look into the dugout, though, it doesn't look like there's any nervous people there at all. They gotta be.
3-2. Stammen comes back to strike out Osuna.
Decided to go breaking ball, and he left it down out of the strike zone. I don't know if he meant to do it or not, but if he did, this is taking a chance that it might get taken. But it wasn't. Swing and a miss.
That's a big second out for Stammen. Cervelli, the king of 2-out RBIs. He has knocked in 19 after 2 men have been put out in an inning. He's got Bucks on the pod here with 2 tying runs. He was hitless against Richard. Who can only watch.
Francisco really taking his time. In discussion with Colpa. Trying to make Stammen wait on him. Maybe playing some mind games with him. And now Stammen's gonna play right back. Goes through a bunch of signs, and once he does get in, and then steps off.
Just adding to the tension. The game hanging in the balance.
Okay. Both players a little dramatic pause. Just letting things build a little bit.
Out to left, but Cordero has the final out. Pirates do get 2. Mercer with his 3rd hit tonight. Part of a 4-hit inning. And the Pirates cut the deficit in half to the 9th, 4-2 San Diego. The 8th. Jordy Mercer with his 3rd hit, driving in a run. David Freese part of that 4-hit inning, so the Pirates at least making it where if they can put up a 0 here, they get a man aboard. The tying run comes back up. And George Contos is on.
George not in the original role that he had when the season started. And see if he can fight back a little bit. Always evolving, that the old totem pole. Some are going up, some are going down.
Was originally the pitcher that would pitch when the Pirates had a tight lead in the 8th. He'll pitch in the 9th here with the Pirates down 2. Margot batting for the first time. 194. They'll bring him in here against the bottom of the order. Lopez and then a pinch hitter. Will reach. That'll be an error on Mercer.
Kind of a tough one. Margot with a lot of speed. Right off the heel of the glove and caught the bill of his cap.
Just the 2nd error by Mercer this year.
And that's a tough one. Not saying it's not an error, but that's a difficult play.
And considering Margot's speed, which we're seeing in illustration, he'll be at 3rd with nobody out. 2 errors and a steal.
Diaz has been throwing from his knees the last couple, and they haven't been good throws. Say the least on this one.
Yeah, he's thrown out 1 of the 9 trying to steal this year. Not accurate.
Yeah, he might Need to try to do it a little more of a conventional manner. Come out of the crouch and
he went.
that's a strike. Doesn't matter if we hit him or not. If he tried to bunt at it.
If it is a swing, a batter is not hit by pitch. Or in that case, attempting a bunt is a swing. Ted Barrett ruling so. Pirates will have the infield in. They can't afford anything more, and Lopez is going to drive in the run. And that is a costly insurance grab there by the Padres here in the ninth.
Yeah, that is that's too bad. The Pirates had the number 3 run 90 feet away with just one out. Couldn't get the ball put in play. Same opportunity immediately for the Padres, and they get the fly ball to get the run home.
So 1 out, and Corey Spangenberg going to pinch it for the reliever Stammen. 0 for 8 as a substitute. Wow. That's not a man known for a lot of power, but he sent that one to the back of the seats and right.
Yeah, that was you know, you saw off the bat the trajectory and the sound that it made coming off the bat. Knew right away that was a home run.
And that is now property of the Allegheny River. Spangenberg hit 13 last year. He beat it out.
Kid's got some speed, doesn't he?
Third hit today.
Not a lot of guys beat this one out. There's the ball going in the river. Sign that guy up. That's halfway to downtown.
Let's see if we can throw it on Fort Duquesne.
It's in the middle of the river.
Trying to impress.
Good arm.
No, I once scored 3 touchdowns at Polk High. Same game, same game. So the Padres have taken the 2 back. The Pirates scored in the bottom of the 8th. Hosmer tonight 0 for 3. Jankowski running. He's safe. Second steal tonight. 1 off each catcher.
Much better throw this time. Gave the Pirates a shot at that. And they are going to challenge this call.
Very close. As the rain falls, a look on our Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
Just looking over at the dugout thinking, I wonder if they'll challenge that. That's pretty conclusive there, isn't it, that he's out?
Think so.
I mean, they froze it right as the glove was hitting the arm and the hand wasn't touching the bag yet. I mean, that's what you saw, right?
I think so.
Oh.
This interesting case study.
think so.
I haven't seen a play like that where you don't actually see the air between it, but you can tell that the hand is not on the bag. So I'll put this in my. We'll see what how they roll.
Unless the palm of his hand is like 6 inches thick, he's not touching the base.
Well, he had his wedding ring on, so I don't know if that extended touching the base. We'll see. I've given up the predictions now.
No, I should, but I keep doing it.
I know. I'm always tempted to. There you have it.
Now,
it's got to really show.
The glove was on the arm, and the hand is not on the base. Hand's not on the base. Hand's not on the base.
But it's not conclusive, I suppose, right? You got to be able to see some daylight or something like that. I don't know. Common sense tells you that he's out. But that's not how it's written in the rule. You got to have conclusive evidence to overturn
now
the
look,
call.
right there. Right there. The hand's not on the base.
Conclusive is a subjective word.
Well, then get it out of there.
Broke his bat, and they'll get an inning-ending double play. But the Pirates are going to need 4 more in the rain in the 9th. Here is head groundskeeper Matt Brown talking it over with Ted Barrett, the crew chief. Checking out Doppler 8000. We're good for 3 more, if that's all that there is. There is 1 more game left in this series too. The Bucs will wrap up the homestand against the Padres tomorrow afternoon. San Diego native Trevor Williams will go against the Padres for the first time, and he'll face Jordan Lyles. Coverage on AT&T Sportsnet begins at 1 right here on Pirates pregame, presented by WB Mason at 1 o'clock. There's Trevor Williams. And there's Robbie Erlin. No Brad Hand with no longer a save opportunity.
Yeah, Erlin doesn't have quite the numbers, but not bad. Still a lot of strikeouts and not many walks.
Might be getting a tune-up. Padres have yet to announce a starter for the Monday game, and instead of throwing aside, maybe trying to get an inning in, maybe the Pirates can derail those plans by making them work. Bell with a triple his last time up. Villanueva takes care of the first out. Pirates in danger of dropping back-to-back games to the Padres. Corey Dickerson, the base hit back in the second. Adam Simber is the right-hander. Hand is the closer. Ready if needed. Out to Margot. And 2 outs. Dickerson 1 for 4, and now the last hope stands with David Freese against Erlin. Trying to keep this thing going. But a good play by Jankowski, and that ends it. As the Pirates turn to side tonight, the Padres have taken the series lead with a 6-2 win tonight.
Yeah, this one was a lot tougher. Last night, I guess it was because we had a lot of guys on base. It was, even though we lost, it was kind of a fun game to watch. But boy, tonight, except for the the 1 inning there, bottom of the 8th, it just never felt like we could get anything going, and we didn't. We ran into a pretty good pitcher tonight. Clayton Richard just had been on a roll. Would you say back-to-back 8-inning efforts, and tonight we definitely haven't seen anybody with the control and the efficiency this year that he had. That was just amazing.
And he ends up getting the win tonight. Pirates will hope for a series split tomorrow, and we'll go back to our studios now and hear from Dan and Michael.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. You know, it's funny how things can change in just 24 hours. Last night, the Buccos were actually able to get some runners on base. Unfortunately, they were, 2 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Tonight, for the better bulk of the game, not able to get any runners on base, therefore couldn't bring anybody home.
Yeah, Clayton Richards had one of those nights. He was just kind of a magician up there. He was throwing a sinker both sides of the plate. Really, really good job with the left-handed hitters. Really diving that sinker in deep, broke a lot of bats. He's a guy that has to be crafty. He's been around the league a long time. He just literally just went to the drawing board today and dissected that lineup, and the Pirates couldn't figure him out until the 8th. It was just a little too late, and then they made those couple errors in the 8th and kind of let the Padres push it away. Really got out of hand then.
All right, just as we promised earlier in the game, it's time for our Miller Lite Hold True moment. All right, first inning aside, Nick Kingham was good. I know you can't erase the opening frame, but Michael, he really settled down and got a lot of ground ball outs the rest of the way.
You know, he looked a little stiff, a little tight coming in. You know, I know he wanted to impress. He wanted to do so good. It's hard to beat a perfect game. It's hard to beat a perfect 6 2/3, but he wanted to do that because that's the type of kid he is. Huge character guy. One thing of note, he actually went and picked up Cervelli's mask twice in this game. That speaks to how high this character is on this kid. It's outstanding what he did. He walked all the way across the diamond, picked up his mask, handed it to his catcher. You can't speak enough about this kid. He's going to be special. He's going to be special for a long time. He did very well with not very good stuff tonight. He didn't get it till about the 3rd inning, but still was able to get outs and keep the Buccos in the ballgame.
So what you're saying is you like him?
I do like him. He keeps improving, but when he gets that extension side with that little cut, it's so nasty. He's so electric. He's going to continue to refine his skills and be better and better.
All right, we are just getting started. We hope to hear from Nick Kingham, other Pirates, and manager Clint Hurdle as well. Reaction from the Pirate Clubhouse. You will also get extended highlights of the Bucs and Padres, plus analysis from Michael McHenry, though we've already teased you with a little bit. There's more to come. That and so much more. Live from PNC Park on Pirates Postgame, presented by Allegheny Health Network on the other side of the break.